Goldfields, where is it? Registered Johannesburg, South Africa. South Africa people. So the South Africans are now, complaining, oh, foreigners are in my country, but the gold is coming from Ghana.
So one of the South African top businesses in Ghana called Goldfield is currently facing a lot of downfall right now. Information has it that they are about to sue Ghana government for, what they are currently facing. I'm going to take you guys through the videos that is trending right now. And of course, a lot of videos made by Ghanaians telling South Africans that you guys should have think twice. You should have known that you would lose on the long run if you attack your fellow entire African brothers. So let's take a look at the videos, and please leave me your thoughts in the comment. Do not forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe.
We all saw what happened in Johannesburg last week and last 2 weeks. They were chanting, go back to your country, go and fix your country, go back to your country. Now they have forgotten that some of the wealth in South Africa, it came from Ghana. It is the mining of gold. Anglo Gold Ashanti, it's a Ghanaian company. Goldfields Ghana, it's a South African company. They mine the gold, and the guy is telling us that 25% of their global output has come from one single mine in Ghana, Takwa. They had two mines, they had Daman, they had Takwa. Why are we doing that? And then South Africans will tell us that, go back to your country, go back to your country. We don't like that. They shouldn't be doing that. We will not sack them to go. But if you have had a mine for 30 years, it's okay. You can't have it. You paid $1, $2, $3 million. 1, 2, 3 for 30 years to mine gold. The price of gold over the last 30 years has been fluctuating. The last 2 years has received phenomenal pricing. 9 years ago, gold had high rise pricing. They benefited from all of that. How much did they pay the government of Ghana? It depends on the contract that they signed. What contract did they sign? Most likely, contract that is lopsided in their favor. We always sign contracts lopsided in our favor because we don't present our best foot forward. We have people who don't understand what they are doing. We have people who don't want to help Ghana. And then they become important. They are minister for this, chief director, this, that, big man, this, big man, that. They have no interest for the country. They go and they sell everything out. And the young people don't have no jobs to do. The young people have no jobs to do. We shall not allow this to happen. Nobody, no media house should allow this to happen. No influential Ghanaians. Everybody must send a text to the president. If you don't have his number, ask his friends. They'll give you his number. Everybody must send a text to the president that Mr. John Dramani Mahama, you cannot do this. You shouldn't do this. We won't allow you to do this. If you do that, all those young people who voted for NDC, don't vote for NDC again. If you like, don't vote for NPP too. Let's stay at home. If President Mahama gives this mind to South Africans for another 20 years, never votes again. He votes. Why are you voting? Why? You vote for somebody, he comes and he takes what is something that can happen, something that is substantial, some inheritance that is great. He takes and gives it to a white man, but the white man will give him tea and coffee and biscuit and meat pie. Is that what's about? Tea, coffee, biscuit, and meat pie. That's all. The white man comes and he shares these things to us. Many years ago, they brought a mirror. They showed a mirror to our ancestors. They say, hey, mirror, and then they gave out valuable things. Anyway, I'm being signaled to go on. No way to that mine out of the question. That's it, that mine. To Takwa, no way to Takwa. You cannot give that mine to the people of South Africa. There has to be an arrangement where Ghanaians are participating. Professor Buzia, many years ago, said that we must have the economy in the commanding heights of Ghanaians. He said, we're not going anywhere until the commanding heights of the economy is in the hands of Ghanaians themselves. Achampong came and reiterated that position. Today, how many years later? More than 50 years on. And we are going to present one of our important mines to at least extend to Goldfields Ghana Limited. No way, no way, no way. No way!
The Takwa mine in Ghana produces 500,000 ounces of gold annually. That means annually $2.3 billion. And this is in Takwa, the western region in Ghana. Goldfields only invested about $10 million in corporate social responsibility, while they make $427 million in profit. This is recorded in 2025, which means only 1 cent per ounce of gold is allocated to community support. Hence, this is what the town looks like after 30 years of them extracting mines from Takwa, from Ghana. Goldfields, where is it? Registered Johannesburg, South Africa. South Africa people. So the South Africans are now, complaining, oh, foreigners are in my country, but the gold is coming from Ghana, like other African countries. Of course, the story goes deeper. The United States is the one owning most of the part of Goldfields. Canada as well. These large institutional investors like BlackRock own the CEO is even richer than Elon Musk. Like, don't we need to make sure that it's owned by Ghanaians? Let me know what you think in the comments.
The High Commissioner here, the Ghana High Commissioner Benjamin Kwasi, he's going to tell us quite in detail as to what is happening in this place. But we've got dozens of people that have come here to be registered to go back to Ghana because of that. Welcome, High Commissioner. Just face the side and tell us what's happening here. What are these people doing here?
I think that these are people that are in here voluntarily as part of those who wants to be repatriated back home. We are starting the process of screening them and ensuring that they take all the dots that they have to take so that on Wednesday they will be the part of the 300 people that will be going to Ghana.
And why? What reasons are they giving you to be here? Are they feeling threatened? They've been attacked?
Well, their lives have come to a standstill. They don't feel safe. They don't feel happy. The challenges as to these demonstrations, this rather unrest, xenophobic attacks on them, most of them feel that their time here is done because they believe that they are here to work genuinely to help the country and also to help themselves. If that purpose is defeated, then they don't know the reason why they should continue to be in this country. So they are willing and ready to go back home, to go start life all over.
With the group of people that have been here, are there some that have been physically attacked, or is the threats and the marches that happen?
I think with the numbers that we have here, about 10, 20 people that we've documented have been attacked. Physical abuse, physical attacks. And I believe that it's not right in the Committee of Nations, especially in the AU model, that we'll be doing these sort of things to one another as Africans.
We've seen Ghana taking South Africa even to the AU. Does it mean Ghana supports illegal immigration here in South Africa? What's the stance of that?
I think Ghana's problem is that the approach to which we resolve the issue. Globally, we know that illegal migration has always been a challenge, a big challenge. How we solve it proactively is what the difference is. We've engaged your South African authorities on several occasions. They've been very, very helpful. But we have move from that point to the point where the demonstrators don't listen to whatever government says again. That is where the challenge is, because at the end of the day, they are taking the laws into their own hands. I remember President Ramaphosa giving a statement condemning this act, only for the same demonstrators to say that they've given foreigners till June 30th and that they will not listen to the president. What does that mean? That is disrespect for authority, and I think that is something that we all have to frown upon.
Just give us a rundown of what is happening here and how will it culminate into traveling and when?
So once we are done with the screening of them, we'll let them know the numbers that are going to Ghana. We are expecting to have about 200, 300 people here today. Home Affairs will start setting up on Wednesday at 10 a.m. today for them to be able to leave on Wednesday at 6 a.m. to Ghana.
The other groups, since we had there about 800 of them that have shown interest in going?
So the first group has an aircraft that will take 300. After some few days, we'll take another 300, and then there'll be a third flight for 300, making sure that we get everybody back home.
Is it a set moment that Africans would feel unsafe in an African country?
That is where the Pan-African dream that we all believe we should have has fallen limbo in South Africa. I sometimes listen to the demonstrators and their leaders, and I feel ashamed as an African, because some of the rhetoric, some of the things they say. Look, we all believe in diplomacy. We all believe that the world has moved from one of being in isolation to a global community. If you do these things that they are doing and there are reprisals in other countries, how does it affect us as African? Africa has clamored for visa-free and borderless societies. We are not saying that let criminals or individuals without documents enter, but regulate it in a way that will help in discussing the issue and solving the issues of illegal migration. Ghana is not happy. We have foreigners in our countries as well. Are we chasing them on the street? Are we going to their shop? Are we taking their keys from them? No. You hear people in this South Africa, people that should know better, using very unprintable words on, for example, our president in Ghana and our foreign affairs minister. Let me sign a word of caution that it is not that we are timid. It is not that we cannot have the same things they are saying in our president. You can do whatever you want to do in South Africa, but we beg them, do not bring in our president into this. Do not use those words that you are using against our leaders in Ghana, because it will get to a point that when the Ghanaian want to use the same words, we will not be able to stop them. It doesn't mean that we should do this when we know that the diplomatically we are able to solve this issue. So the name calling, the insults, the other thing, well, I believe that after President Cyril Ramaphosa spoke, I heard people calling him names, unprintable things, but don't bring it on any Ghanaian leader, because we are taught civically to respect authority, and that is exactly why we are kept quiet, and that's exactly why we want to solve this thing diplomatically.
It's clear right now who is behind the xenophobic attacks in South Africa. I want you to watch this video to the end, ladies and gentlemen. June the 30th have been given as the ultimatum when all blacks, non-South Africans should leave South Africa. The migrants, they're asking them to leave, that June the 30th is the time for them to leave. And this is not just about illegal immigrants. They're also talking about people that set up businesses. After apartheid ended in 1994, a lot of Africans from the continent of Africa started moving to the south as the liberation happened in South Africa, from Nigeria, Ethiopia, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ghana. Just like people moving in and out of other countries in Africa, they moved there, some of them set up their businesses, and some have been able to get their paper and documentation from the homeland since that time period. But economic problems is now biting South Africa, and people are looking for the enemies to blame. And in this case, the ANC has underperformed. And so in order to distract the people from what is going on, the ANC is somehow cock a hoop or complicit in what is going on, because you can basically see policemen standing there and allowing mobs to go to schools and pull out children of immigrants and go to hospitals and stop women from giving birth because they are from Zimbabwe or from Nigeria. You see them going on the street and harassing them, and you see like this vigilante style enforcement going on the streets in South Africa. And one place where this is happening again is the KZN, KwaZulu-Natal. During apartheid, it was exactly the same problem. You know, people fighting against each other. And the apartheid government at that point in time was okay with it. In fact, the apartheid government in South Africa collaborated with some of these tribes or ethnic groups to go against other South Africans. And we are seeing a repeat of the same thing again in the same KwaZulu-Natal. It's all about politics, and it's all about distracting the people from the reality on the ground, which is the African National Congress government led by Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa, in conjunction with the Democratic Alliance and the MK, have decided again to distract the people from the economic problems going on in the country and how they have badly run this government.
Xenophobia attack has started in Durban. I've been saying this thing, it has nothing to do with you are legal or you are not legal. If you are an African, black person in South Africa, they don't want you. They don't want Africans in South Africa. Because if they are saying they are looking for people who are illegal, why people are entering people's houses, taking out people, businesses, destroying people's businesses, saloons, pouring people's food, those ones who are selling food? Why are they entering in schools, taking out children? Why people, as I'm talking right now, they are standing somewhere there, they don't even have a place to sleep? Did anyone check them if they are illegal? Even if they are illegal, that is the way of taking them out of the country. I've been asking you guys, what is the plan? How are you going to take them out?
Them telling us on the 30th of June, which is going to be next month, they don't want any foreigner in their country. So you as a government, what I want from you to do for us, we want you to give us answers, to give us the answers today.
For those who didn't see what's going on or abangeko updated, so foreigners went together a police station, the illegal immigrants, laba banganama documentation and all of that, nama paper, nje laba bakhoze havoc. They went together a police station, bayo camp ngaphandle, bayo teleka. They call it a peaceful march. But teleka la police station demanding answers from uhulumeni. Which government are you doing? What level of entitlement is that? Goduka, ungafika emzini womuntu ungavumelekile, ungamukelekile, and then you demand ukuhlala, and then you demand protection, and then you demand ama resources akhokhelwa imali yama taxpayers ase South Africa. What level of entitlement? Nize niyasho ukuthi we demand answers today. In fact, ninikwa isikhathi uMay manje. So by the 30th of June, ibansen godukile because you very much undocumented. Nina nzo demand ama answer. Ngomuphi uhulumeni? Local taxpayers, like, make it make sense. What level of entitlement is that? Okay, go to ngoba awamkelekile la. Like, sebeyadelela. Ungayoteleka police station.
Now, what I have to say is that, this is what I keep saying in all my videos, and I believe so much in aura for aura. So when I watched this lady's video, and of course every other video as it regards both what Ghanaians are experiencing in South Africa by the High Commission of Ghana in South Africa, he disclosed everything and how Ghanaians are battling with a lot of anxiety, panics, and they don't want to be unalived by South Africans. When there were massive of them coming out to sign, I saw children in their midst, I saw fathers, I saw mothers, because they want to leave South Africa. And when I made a video where I talked about the Goldfield company, I got a lot of comments on that video. Most Ghanaians were so pleased. They were like, yes, this is what we want. We want the company to be shut down, because if you claim that you do not want your fellow brothers or sisters in your country, then you should not be able to experience any good thing in that country. But then where is the lie? Where is the lie? Did you guys listen to the trillions that this Goldfield mining company has been enjoying from Ghana, whereas they end up giving Ghana quarter percent or something? She took her time to narrate it well, and when I listened to her, I was like, how is this even possible? They said even down to America still has its own percentage. So I kind of think that these guys have gone through the constitution and they felt like they cannot be allowed to leave. But what people are saying is that they've been whining and mining for more than 30 years now. So when would you stop? When would you stop? When would you guys stop? Is it when you milk Ghana dry, milk everything in Ghana, that's when you guys will stop? And on the other hand, you're not even being accommodating to your African brothers. You have been telling them to leave, that they should go back without nothing. But you are the same person that wants to keep being in their country to extort them. It's called extortation. Because when I listen to extortion, right? Sorry. Because when I listen to everything these guys makes from this Goldfield, I was wowed. That money alone can build Ghana to a greater standard, after being utilized by the president, because he knows how to go about these whole things very well. So I think right now, this Goldfield or whatever thing they are called should stop pleading and leave for good. They should stop pleading right now and just leave. Because no matter how you do it, no matter how you want to twist it, Ghanaians said it is enough, and they are not willing to continue to allow you extort them. No, they're not willing. They can channel that the whole thing you guys make to themselves, using it to betterment the Ghana, build Ghana to the greatest standard they want to build Ghana to. So it's just as simple as short. And then my candid advice is, if you know you're in someone's country, please make sure you do not do what you also condemn in your own country. If you do you feel like foreigners are taking up your businesses, why don't you think you guys are taking over businesses owned by Ghanaians or owned in Ghana by foreigners? If that means, so it's the same thing. Stay humble and let us not lose focus. If this is your first time coming across my face again, my name is Uju. You are welcome to Uncut Today. Don't make it your last by subscribing, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Stay happy, be kind, and be blessed. Bye, guys.